All right, glass artifacts. Um, this is an ingot of glass. Some cobalt mixed in to give it a nice blue color. When I say ingot, what does that mean? We talked about it in other contexts. Ingot. That's for just transport. It's just raw material. So when I say an ingot of glass, this is just a cake of glass that's used to transport from one place to another, and then it would be melted and blown into vessels of different kinds. Here's a guy blowing glass into a vessel, and that's how they made glass in the ancient times. It's like bubbles. You heat up the glass until it becomes liquefied, and then you blow it until it forms these features. Here's some Roman glass you find in Roman sites. You can see the hydrated layer of patina that's forming, the crust on the outside. This is a very particular glass vial that's used to capture tears. That's the reason there's one on either side, one for the right eye, one for the left eye. And so they would, when they cry, they would catch their tears and keep them. Very poetic, but I'm not sure exactly what purpose it would serve, but it was something very precious to them, their tears. I've often wondered, when the woman that washed Jesus' feet with her tears, that always seemed really odd to me that, there have been times when I've cried quite a bit of tears, but I'm not sure if I've cried enough tears to wash dirty feet. Jesus probably at least size 8 or 9. So that's quite a bit of foot, quite a bit of dirt. Think about the amount of tears it would take, especially crying. It's just a weird scenario. But if you place this tradition into it, where they actually save their tears, then it makes it even more poignant, I think, as she's actually using something that's very precious to her that represents a whole life of sorrow. And so she's just taking out the vials. And if you have several of these vials, then I'm beginning to see maybe how that could be done, washing feet with tears. So maybe, the artifacts are giving us an insight into what's actually happening in the text rather than just someone crying over feet, that she was actually taking out something she had stored for her whole life and was very precious to her, and yet she's using it to give to the Lord. So anyway, there's a glass tumbler, some Picasso-type lion. You think about all these modern artists, they probably just went to the museum, got their ideas. Very stylized. The glass blowers eventually become quite advanced, as you can see, where they're creating beautiful design work. Here's a vase with holes in it. I think they're just showing off now. Here's a vase within a vase. Sometimes I can blow a bubble inside of a bubble with gum. Amaze my kids. They're blowing a vase inside of a vase. That's even better. A drinking horn, little blue bird out of glass, pig out of glass. Glass was used for beads. See the blue cobalt beads there, and glass used different types of jewelry. Here's a close-up of one of the cobalt beads. They also would use the glass to glaze brick. This is the Ishtar Gate that was excavated at Babylon. And the bricks have been coated with sand, and the sand has been fired to where it becomes glass. So you have glass-coated bricks. These are the actual bricks from Babylon. When the children of Israel are taken into captivity into Babylon, they would have been marched through this processional way, so they would have seen these bricks. Beautiful gold and yellows, whites, blacks, blue glazed brick. A break.